So I just picked up a 2019 Chevy Colorado ZR2, and it came with the factory performance. I think they call it LPO now. It used to be GMPP, but it's LPO now. Performance intake installed. So I could not figure out online, looking at the kit, what kind of filter it was, and I'm really not a fan of wet filters, oil filters. So I decided to take it off. Here's the part number on it. That still didn't reveal anything when you look at the part number. Well, so far, I just looked it up a minute ago. When you look it up online, I couldn't find anything. But here's a flashlight. If you take a look at it, especially inside, see if I can get the light kicked off a little bit so it's not so bad. But I can't see any real oil residue in here. That's just like water spots or something. Probably from cleaning it when it was manufactured, or mold release. But yeah, it's shiny, but it's not like really oily. If I take the light and put it inside the filter element, see if we can get a good view of it. It's hard to, the camera, get a good zoom in there, but you can't see in the pleats. It doesn't look like your typical cotton gauze weave that you see with an oil style filter. It looks more like what you see with a dry. Unfortunately, they don't give you any instructions on how to clean this thing. There we go, there's some good light. You can see there's some gaps in there, but it's not like the, like I said, it's hard to see in the video, I'm sorry. But it's not like the long strands that you typically see with a gauze in the old filters. So I believe this is a dry filter. If anybody could comment and confirm that, it'd be great. It's a really nice intake setup. Other than the fact you have no idea what the filter is. But and you don't know how to maintain it. So if it's dry, I'm probably going to clean it with just simple green or light detergent. Anyway, so that's a part number. If somebody gets one of these Colorado intakes and they need a replacement, you can find the replacement. They're about 70 bucks, but still, like I said, I can't immediately find what type of filter it is. But from the feel of it and the look of the weave, see, there's nothing on the backside. It's not all greasy. It's not all greasy like usually the oil filters are. So from the look of this material and the feel of it, I'm definitely leaning towards dry filter, but I'm not 100% certain. Here's that filter in the daylight, and it's really hard to see in the video, but this definitely looks more like a, I'm trying to think of the right term, almost like a fabric more than the cotton gauze you see. Although there's certain areas, like right, I don't know if I can get in the camera, I'm trying to find my finger where I'm pointing. Yeah, you really can't see it. So right there, actually. Right there, you can see a couple dots. Oh, there's some more over here too, whether that's dye or different saturation of oil. It's really hard to tell, but you can see in the daylight, they're really, this thing only has a couple hundred miles on it, so it's brand new. You can see that there's really no oil residue anywhere, and I'm used to these oil filters being pretty wet, but I have seen ones like AEM that are not that bad. So I'm gonna grab, I think I have an AEM filter that I had from a different project that is actually an oil filter, so I'm gonna try to do the same light kind of video comparison in this video, see if we can see the weave in that one. Anyway, it's a nice little filter box. I mean, this is a well-made add-on. Mine's obviously warded because it came with a truck. But nice thermal insulation, and you can see here's the port from the original airbox, and there's a plexiglass lid that goes in the top. So it's a really nice design. You know, these things really don't do much for you, but it does make a nice sound. So I'm going to put this back together, and then I'm going to check out that other filter I have real quick. So here's the oil filter for comparison, but it's going to be really hard. There it is. You got to pull the light away. You can see just barely some lines in the weave right there. Tells you right away it's a cotton gauze. So it's about the only thing I have to really, you can see it really good right there. Right in there you can see it's a cotton gauze. So that's about all I really have to differentiate that GM OEM filter. Let's see if we can get a good here on the top. You can't, it's hard to tell just from looking at it from the outside. And this is actually air raid filter, sorry, not an AM, an air raid filter. But from what I can tell, all of these appear to be made pretty much the same way. You can see, actually you can see the cotton gauze weave right there. So, I mean, this one's pretty new too. It's not real oily either. No real big oil residue down there, so I don't know. Make it hard to tell. It's too bad GM doesn't post what that filter is. I'm gonna see. Maybe I'll call them next week and update this if I can find out, or if anybody knows for certain. Please post in the comments.